Jose Pedraza maintaining his hold on his 130-pound title in his second title defense, or will Stephen Smith become a record 13th champion from the UK? Let's make it official now.
I'm not even going to lie. I barely made it through this fight, but we're going to listen to the
The judges are in agreement. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Our judge at ringside, Eddie Struncio, scores about 117 to 110. Judges Don Trella and Glenn Feldman both scored about 116 to 111. All three in favor of the winner. And still, junior lightweight world champion Jose Sniper Pedraza.
He remains undefeated. He remains 130-pound champion Jose Pedraza.
He's 22-0 with 12 KOs, the IBF 130-pound champion of the world, Jose Pedraza. And honestly, I really don't know where to really rank him yet. You know, I really don't know if I can say he's the best 130-pounder.
Thank you very much, Jose. Congratulations, Felix de Jesus.
Especially with guys like Francisco Vargas out there.
A very difficult and tough fight.
Felicidades, José. ¿Cuál fue la gran diferencia en esta pelea? Que fue una pelea difícil.
Definitivamente fue una pelea muy difícil, pero gracias al entrenamiento de tanto tiempo de entrenamiento, un campamento muy largo, logramos mejorar mis habilidades y obtuvimos la victoria.
Definitely was a tough fight, but the training really came to our advantage in this fight. We really trained hard for this fight.
Then you went to the 9th round and you connected on that big right hand. That set the stage because you got a 2-point round. Did you feel at that point that it was your fight going forward?
En el 9º asalto vino a donde lo tumbaste. ¿Tú pensaste que después de ese, cuando lo tumbaste, que iba a ganar la pelea?
Mira, no. Le conecté un buen golpe, pero yo siempre estuve consciente de que estaba bien porque sé que vino bien preparado desde el primer asalto. Supimos que vino bien preparado y simplemente mantuvimos la calma para ver si le damos otro buen golpe.
Yeah, I knew that that right hand had hurt him, but I knew he was a tough fighter, so I was always aware to make sure that he didn't counterattack or anything.
A lot of criticism after the Cherry decision. Did you feel as though you fought a much more disciplined fight this evening?
Mucha crítica después de la pelea de Héctor Cherry. ¿Tú crees que ahora esta pelea fue mucho más disciplinada?
Definitivamente. Fue un mejor campamento. Como dije anteriormente, fue un campamento largo donde mejoramos mis habilidades. Pero definitivamente hubo mucha controversia con la de Cherry, pero definitivamente fue una victoria clara.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of controversy for that fight, but for this camp, we definitely prepared ourselves, and that's what it showed tonight.
Jose, congratulations.
Muchas gracias, Jaime. Muchas gracias a Showtime. Y espero ser la próxima estrella de Showtime.
I don't speak much Spanish, but thanks to Al Heyman and thanks to Showtime, and thank you to you, Mauro. Back to you.
All right, Jim. Thank you very much.
The 130-pound division is growing. It's not deep with big world-class names, but with guys like Vasyl Lomachenko and Nicholas Walters now in the 130-pound division, there are big fights to be made. Of course, the political situation in boxing is going to stop a lot of those fights from happening. Jose Pedraza is the IBF champion of the world, so when it comes to the IBF, you have to only look at fighters that are in the IBF rankings unless it's a unification fight. Unifications come before mandatories. Now, Stephen Smith was a mandatory. So Jose Pedraza's next fight, unless he moves to 135, which he's shown no sign of doing as of yet, he has to fight somebody as a voluntary in the IBF rankings. Let's go through some names. Liam Smith from the UK. Andre Klimov, who he's beat already. Jules Jenner, I've never heard of him. Michael Faranis, I've heard of him. You even got Yurkis Gamboa. Maybe they can get him, and get the Puerto Rican versus the Cuban rivalry on PBC. I would love to see Jose Pedraza versus Yurkis Gamboa. He's ranked at 130 pounds. Jason Sosa. Masu Nakayamura. I don't know how to pronounce the rest of these guys' name outside of Billy Dibb, Edna Cherry, and Mario Barrios. And he already beat Edna Cherry. So with those names I've just said to you, you can see that the 130-pound division is not deep. Now, of course, you got Francisco Vargas out there, you know, in a potential fight for the future. And then you got, of course, Orlando Salido, you know, the winner of them two. You got Takashi Yakimura, Javier Fortuna, you know, maybe a route they can go down. And maybe Vasil Lomachenko versus the winner of Roman Rocky Martinez. But as I said, when it comes to a lot of these fights for him, the political situation in boxing stops a lot of this from happening. Now, what do I think about Jose Pedraza as a fighter? The more confident he gets, what I've noticed is he starts to move a lot more. You know, the punch output is there. He can be accurate, but it just seems to be something missing. I just don't know what it is. It seems to be something missing. You know, maybe he's got some things to work on a defensive end. I got to rewatch this fight over. And, you know, to speak on Stephen Smith, it's, you know, it's sad for fans over in the UK when you look at, he's got a brother in Liam Smith, who's the WBO champion at 154 pounds. He's got Paul Smith, who's fought for the WBO champion at 168 pounds twice. And you got Caleb Smith, who's the WBC 168-pound #1 contender. And now you got Stephen Smith, who got his title. It would have been a crazy story for the Smith family if Stephen Smith would have won tonight. But truth be told, he just didn't do enough. You know, he got knocked down in the 9th round. And then after that, it just seems, you know, I would say after round 4. You know, after round 4, it seems as though, you know, he lost his way, and Jose Pedraza started getting more confident. And, you know, that's when he started moving a lot more, and he started, you know, using angles and just started giving Stephen Smith a whole lot of trouble. Where does Stephen Smith go from here? I don't know. You know, maybe he can try to, you know, get a fight with Liam Walsh, and maybe he can try to work his way back up, you know, the IBF rankings. Because remember what happened with Kevin Bizier. He fought Jojo Dan in an IBF eliminator, and then somehow a year later get into another IBF eliminator. So, you know, in fight Kell Brook. So, you know, who knows? I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. All my social media links are right down below in the description box.